Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is a great privilege to address this House as the newly elected Member of Parliament for Chichester. I am very lucky to represent Chichester. Set in the beautiful South Downs National Park, we have something for everyone.
It's fantastic to come back to actually open the Chichester Enterprise Centre, which started when I was a councillor on Chichester District Council.
When I was first elected in 2017, nobody talked about the scale of sewage and the issues that we face. We now have £56 million, which is coming directly to the Chichester area. We have a new business crime unit, and we also have 500 more police officers.
And I've come to see the plans for Selsey Pavilion. It's part of the funds that the government's made available to try and restore some of the vital heritage in our high street.
Exciting day here at Chichester City Football Club, as we're actually officially opening the new pitch here, which has been a collaboration, a partnership between the Football Foundation, Premier League and DCMS, the government department focused on sports.
Back to our main news, the reshuffle.
Hello, I'm Gillian Keegan. I'm the Minister for Apprenticeship and Skills. And I wanted to introduce to you something that we've been working on for a while called T-levels.
Actually, on this panel, everybody cares about education. Everybody gets that it's the child's life chance that we're talking about. It's absolutely important, and it's a one-off shot in most cases. Yeah. So education is absolutely vital. I wholeheartedly support the Down syndrome bill. Sometimes you are lucky enough to be in the right place at the right time, and this is one of those occasions for me, because my nephew Joseph Gibson is one of the estimated 47,000 people in the UK who has Down syndrome. I know that today people with Down syndrome are struggling to access the services that they need, and I've seen this with my own family. It is not right, it must change, and we will change it.
Margaret Keenan was the first at Coventry Vaccine Hub at precisely 6:31 a.m.
It's a social responsibility to get the vaccine. That's the most important thing you can do. Get the vaccine, get the booster, and then behave sensibly.
So you are Foreign Office Minister.
I am.
You've only been in the job about a month. What are your priorities in your new role?
Africa's very, very strategic. Not only will 1 in 4 of the population be African by 2050, it is also very strategic from the perspective of investments, critical minerals, and you know, obviously those demographic changes.
I grew up in Huyton in Knowsley and went to the local comprehensive school. I left school at 16 and started work as an apprentice in a car factory in Kirby. I am here today because of the life chance I had at 16. Everybody deserves that chance.
Gillian Keegan, the MP for Chichester, has been appointed Secretary of State for Education, replacing Kit Malthouse.
No one better to speak to and ask that question then than the Education Secretary, Gillian Keegan.
Gillian Keegan. Education Secretary Gillian Keegan, thank you very much for joining us on News Round.
There is one Cabinet Minister brave enough to come on the show. It is Gillian Keegan.
Our fantastic teachers do an amazing job day in and day out, and I'm proud to say that we've increased the number of teachers by 24,000 since 2010.
The largest expansion of childcare in our country's history.
So an early start this morning, the 7:20 Shinkansen from Tokyo Station through to Toyama, which is where all of the G7 education ministers are meeting to talk about education and recovery from the pandemic.
With the GSC sign language, and it can be quite basic signs, but you just feel like you have a connection because somebody's made that effort.
We've completely transformed school standards from 68% of schools being good or outstanding, now to 90%.
When it comes to reading, English primary school children are the best in the West, coming 4th in the world. Apprenticeships aren't a new idea, but what is new is you can become a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, a space engineer. You can take degree apprenticeships in the NHS, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Amazon, KPMG, PwC, the list goes on. Any career you aspire to, anywhere, you can get there now via an apprenticeship. Anybody doing one of those apprenticeships today is doing one of those apprenticeships because of the work put in place by this Conservative government.